Hello, EDE students. I am ready to explain the information about the first week in EDE 11. I prepared the script and emailed the script to students. Ideally, I will do that a little bit earlier. You have a chance to read it and ask questions either in the Zoom meeting or by email so that I can address the answers to your questions. Um, Here we go. There are 9 key ideas in the script here. I would like to have an introduction to the course. Make sure you know which textbook we're using in EDE 11. I would like to let you know that there is a website with instruction there, which comes free with your new textbook if you bought a new textbook. There are general education competencies that are included in the objectives for this course. One of the goals is to choose formal academic vocabulary instead of informal vocabulary so that you're not using a conversational style when you are writing your official TCC assignments. The tone and the word choice will determine whether your appropriate vocabulary and tone are working in your class assignments. We will briefly look at what types of academic and business writing are needed for college students. I would like to uh, talk a little bit about the English 111 syllabus and assignments. This is a support course for English 111, so don't need to talk to the wall. I need to talk to you to answer your questions to make sure you are building the skills and finishing English 111 uh, well and preparing for English 112 if that's one of your required courses. I have an example of an email which my friend sent to me. It is a story, and so we're looking for the examples of elements in narrative writing in the email. It's not an academic essay, doesn't need to be. The narrative is used in many different forms. Movies, if it's a story, novels, literature, short stories, lots of stories, and you are telling a true story when you write your narrative essay. So the email is one beginning spot. In the email, I'm asking you to identify the elements of narrative essay. So, how did her trip to Alaska go? What was exciting about it? How she felt? Who was with her? In order to understand her story in the email. I would like to point out exactly what I'm asking students to do. There is a signature page in the syllabus, so I'm asking you to read the syllabus, confirm that you have read it carefully, you understand the assignments, and sign and date that so that you know you are committed to doing what the syllabus says. I'm asking you to send me a test email through your TCC email, not a personal email. I'm asking you to start your portfolio for English 111. And this puts you a little ahead of the game. I would like to have an introduction paragraph. Who are you as a student? Who are you as a person? And again, that's a writing sample, which I can comment on. You'll be introducing yourself in writing in many different situations. So you might be able to recycle this in the future when you introduce yourself. But for us, it's part of your English 1 portfolio. It will be part of your graded portfolio. The last point, which is requiring action, is please think about how to identify a topic you are comfortable in writing about. So what topic will you choose for your narrative essay? It could be that you choose a topic and then you don't like it, you switch it and choose a different topic. But this is a tentative topic that you might choose for your essay, get started ahead of time, and feel comfortable with the time period to finish that essay. All right, so EDE 11 is meant to help you succeed in English 111. The 4 skills are reading, writing, thinking, and research. And so those academic skills will help you in all your classes, not just EDE 11 and English 111. There are 4 tests which ask you to apply the skills which we are reviewing in EDE 11. The 4th test includes attendance, online exercises, classwork, homework. And so that is basically your participation grade. I'll give you plenty of ideas. It's up to you to apply those ideas and to grow as a writer through experience. You're not expected to have a special talent. You may have a special talent, but talent is not the focus of academic writing. It is how to prepare certain assignments in a way that will get you the grades that you would like to have. There is a PowerPoint, which is your final test. It doesn't have to be a huge PowerPoint. It could be 7 to 10 slides. And I'm asking you to do research and apply the steps of a research project, which are graded, and that determines your success in EDE 11. Instead of a final exam, you will have your PowerPoint. That is your final grade for the exam. Okay, so we do have a textbook. It is a small textbook. It is a print textbook called Making Reading Relevant. It gives some basic information which you may or may not need, but we will review certain things to make sure everyone is prepared to be a college student and you have a chance to ask questions and get more practice if it is something that you're uncomfortable with. So you need to be comfortable with, like we said, reading, writing, critical thinking, and research. The website, which is included in our textbook, if you buy a new textbook, there's a code. Some students really like my reading and writing website. It has things that may or may not be graded, but again, developing your skills, developing your confidence, and completing all your college assignments more quickly and easily without frustration and delays will be something that is very valuable to you as a student. Do not throw the code away for the website when you open your textbook. So the shrink wrap includes the textbook and the code. So keep your code and get access to the Pearson website. Pearson is the publishing company, so the code is with the textbook. All right, so you are expected to become a critical thinker. You may already be a critical thinker, but there are some skills that we can test and practice in this course and in 111. So you are applying the reasoning of a critical thinker in what you agree with when you hear it, what you disagree with when you hear it, not to be brainwashed by someone who is very eloquent in the way they talk or write, that you have time to weigh the ideas yourself and decide on what you prefer to do, not what someone is convincing you to say or do or think. You are communicating in writing with a better understanding and hopefully better grades as a writer. We are working on formal versus informal word choice and tone. There is an appropriate way to speak informally. You don't want to sound like a professor and offend other people. I have had students who offend their bosses. The students are college students. The boss is not college educated. And so the boss is offended. So you don't need to impress anyone with super formal speech when you should be speaking informally. and you don't want to use conversational style in a formal written assignment. There is a website which is again an EDU site which reviews the difference between formal and informal. There is a Purdue University online writing lab site which does review academic word choice, which means you are choosing clear and effective words when you are writing. Informal writing doesn't work with your instructors. And so I've had emails that say, hey, I'm going to turn in my work late. No. Hello, Mrs. Isenko. I'm sorry that I have not completed my assignment. Would you consider accepting my assignment? Thank you very much. And so you do not want to offend your instructor by being too arrogant or too self-confident or assuming that you are not asking for permission, that you are communicating with your professor. I'm sorry I'm going to be late. I didn't write down the assignment. Could you remind me what the assignment is? And so you are more effective in communicating with your instructor. Perhaps you really need an extension. Perhaps you really need another resource. And so if you cooperate and appear to be cooperative in your communication through email with your instructor, then you may be more likely to have a positive ending for your request. Let's see. English 111 syllabus and assignments. Everything that's graded is listed and described in the syllabus. I know some students are very frustrated. Teachers keep assigning things and it's not on the syllabus. The syllabus is your contract, and so I can't dump any extra work on you. I can give you extra work for extra credit, but the required work is listed in the syllabus, so that is our contract. The gradebook in Canvas has been set up to match the syllabus. If I make a mistake in the Canvas website, please let me know so that I can correct it. Take a look at the syllabus. I'm asking you to return the syllabus signature to me by email. The questions for the email that my friend sent me, she went to Alaska. So if you look at the elements of narrative writing, they are in her email. The question would be, where was she? So that is the place. When was it? What was the time? Who was she with? That's the person. What did she do? That's the action. So she's describing what she's doing in Alaska while she's there, sending her friends the email. It is emotional, so you look for thoughts and feelings in a personal story. You don't want to be a detached, cold, factual person in a story. So, she's talking about a special kind of fire something ice cream that she ate, and she's looking at a huge rutabaga. I don't think I've ever eaten a rutabaga, but anyway, if you have a cabbage that's 100 pounds or a rutabaga that's 50 pounds, I don't know how the plants get so big in Alaska, but she's impressed with that. Another question is, what objects did she describe? What scenes did she describe? So she's looking at the peak of the mountain and she's happy that she's able to see it. There's no fog to interrupt her view of that mountaintop. So she went to Alaska. There was fog that day. She didn't see it. She would be disappointed. So she is elated that she was able to see the mountaintop and the view was clear on the day she was looking at that scenery. So we look for sensory detail, tasting, touching, smelling, hearing, seeing. And so if you describe those things that you see, hear, taste, or touch, the person can similarly experience it through your writing. And the seventh question says, what conversation or quotations does she use? And there is none. I mean, she's not writing a story. She's just informing us, hey, I'm here in Alaska. I'm having a good time. This is what we're doing. She's not writing a formal narrative essay. If she did, she might be listening to the tour guide. She might be talking to her friend that she's on the trip with. She might be talking to somebody else on the tour. So, what conversation would take place? The meaning of the experience is the main point or the thesis. She doesn't outright say, hey, this trip was worth all my money. You know, she doesn't say, I love traveling. And so, if you take a trip, basically, I was advised to travel when I'm young so that when I'm old and have nowhere to go or nothing to do or cannot walk or whatever, that I have my memories of the wonderful places that I was able to see as a young person. You go into your rocking chair stage with some memories, and so you remember those places and events that are special to you from your lifetime. All right, so then I do have the email. I'm not going to read you the email. The email is very, very informal. She uses abbreviations. She's got spelling mistakes. I don't know how to spell Mount McKinley, but I can look it up. I haven't been there. I wonder if you've been to Alaska. Um, Iceworm cabin. I'm like, I don't know where the ice worm, what is that? So it's just unique, different, something out of the ordinary when we go to a new place, and it is exciting. So she saw grizzly bears, black bears, moose, caribou, red fox, ground squirrels. She had the rain on the tin roof, so there's your sensory detail of hearing. I've asked students, you know, can you really sleep when the rain is on the tin roof? I don't know. That doesn't sound like music to me. It sounds like noise. But she said it was pleasant to go to sleep to. So I don't know. And so it does have a sequence of actions. It says the glacier wasn't cold. It was a sunny day. She saw the top of the mountain top. She visited the Iditarod Race Museum. I'm not sure if anybody has competed. One of my bosses and his wife went to Alaska and competed in the Iditarod. So those are the sleigh rides with the dogs, and you know, it's a special event every year. I don't think my boss won, but it's just again a memorable event. Okay, so I'm asking you to remember the elements of narrative writing when you write your essay. So put your descriptive words in there. If it's cold, I know I had my students read a short story, and To Build a Fire was a famous uh, literary story. And I asked my students to count the words cold, frosty, freezing, white, snow, ice. And by the end of the reading of that essay, my students felt cold because the writer had built an image of being in a frozen place. So you're looking for the puzzle. How can you describe your experience so that the reader has a mental image? The people, the places, the scenes, how you were thinking, how you were feeling at that moment. So you're looking for a way to deliver your description of the experience that will communicate with the reader what you are describing. Okay, again, action. Please sign the syllabus page. I pasted in a copy of that, and you copy and paste it into a single Word document, and you can't put a signature unless you want to scan it as a PDF. It's not necessary. Just type your name in there with the date that you have read the syllabus and committed yourself to the assignments included in the syllabus as the contract for the course. All right, so there is a little information about the test email. Using your formal business email. In the subject line, put your name, put the course, and put the subject. It is a test email. There's a greeting. Use my name. Hello, Mrs. Isenko. In the body, what is the purpose of your email? If you have questions, you can ask. Otherwise, I'm writing to send my test email from my TCC email account, not from your personal account. After you write your message, please close. You can do sincerely or yours truly or have a nice day, anything so that you don't just stop cold. And then write your name as a signature. Use your full name. If you want me to have your nickname, you can use the full name and the nickname together. But I do need your full name so I'll recognize you from the syllabus. In your introduction paragraph, which starts your portfolio, I would like to figure out who are my students. I have 4 classes at TCC. Need to know you from each other. So, name, nickname. I need a telephone number and a personal email. If I have an emergency, I need to contact you. I will know how to find you. What courses are you taking this semester? What are your favorite courses? What is your major? Do you have any special hobbies? What are your interests? You can tell me languages that you speak, places you've lived, places you've visited, and whatever information you would like to share with me so that I can get to know you as a person and as a student. And so the introduction paragraph will be the first thing after the table of contents in your portfolio. How do you choose a topic for your narrative essay? Will you look at a significant life event? High school graduation, first job, birthday party, a new car, meeting a significant other, accident, mistake, accomplishment. There are things that happen to people throughout their life that become a landmark event, whether it's good or bad experience. You can also choose a topic based on emotions. If you remember a time where you feel happy or frightened or angry, then you can remember what happened to you to make you feel that way. So this is one way of remembering events. And I listed emotions: joy, fear, embarrassment, anger, confusion, sadness, regret. We have so many emotions that you can use in your story to trigger an event connected to that emotion. So those 2 ways of identifying a subject usually work for most students. So I am at home teaching. I'm not at TCC. I'm sorry I won't be able to see you physically, but hopefully I'll see you in the Zoom. And remember that participation and doing your classwork, doing your assignments is your responsibility. So I am available through email. I'm pretty much online a lot, 5 days a week. So have different classes, and I'll be happy to check my email and give you a response. I guess I have 3 emails. So one of the ways you can use my email is the TCC email. Canvas is also an email, and Gmail. So I do check all 3 of those types of emails once or twice a day. So I hope you will have a good semester and take a look at the script, take a look at the syllabus, and let me know what questions you have. The Zoom time will be asking you to work with each other, asking you to communicate with me, going over the assignments together, and the recordings I will make ahead of time with the scripts, give you additional resources and information. Hope you get your book soon and check the Canvas website. So take care. See you soon.